Good morning, everybody. I'm Garry Morin The BowTieGuy, and today I'm at Anchor Financial here in Pawtucket with my friend Joe Baptista. Joe, thanks for letting us stop in today.
Thank you for having us. It's always a pleasure. We love doing these videos with you. You do a great job.
Awesome. Thank you. So Joe and I are together here. We want to talk about Joe and Anchor Financial's new program that has to do with 100% financing. So Joe, can you tell us a little bit about this new program?
Yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. So, a lot of folks out there looking for help with the down payment these days.
Yep.
Rent's so expensive. We talked about this before. It's hard for people to save up money for down payment.
Right. Oh, yeah. Especially now with the prices of everything going crazy.
You go to the grocery store, you got to take out a loan, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So we realize that, and our industry realizes that. So we want to provide help for people. There's always been help at the state level. We work with Rhode Island Housing, all the different housing programs that are out there, we have access to it, and those are great. But what is really nice for a home buyer is if you can get grant money, which is the reason why we like the Rhode Island Housing Program, the new $17,500, is because it provides a grant where you don't have to.
Grants, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm not wrong, does not have to be paid back if it's a grant.
That's the key, brother. That's the key. And
what's
better than that? Where I don't want to say free money because it sounds nothing's free. Trust me, they're charging an interest rate. Right? Yeah. So it's legitimate in that there's never a lien recorded. You don't have to pay it back in any way. So it is in that sense free money. You pay interest on the first mortgage that you get. Obviously, you're not going to get away with that. If it was that way, then we'd be really busy.
Oh, yeah.
We'd make a lot of videos.
And we'd still be cranking.
But there's always going to be your interest that you pay on your first mortgage. But the grant piece, your down payment piece, you don't have to pay back.
So this isn't the Rhode Island Housing Grant. This is something that's totally different.
It's not, and that's what's so exciting about it.
Okay.
Is that it's a federally funded program. So we have 2 or 3 lenders now that have gotten on board with this, and that's one of the nice things about working with my company is that we are a broker.
Yep.
So we're a broker and a lender, but we primarily broker our transactions so that we have access to all these different banks.
Okay.
So it's not just bank of whatever or bank of this or Rocket whatever. It's you've got all these different options. And
rather than just one situation.
And we have 2 or 3 lenders that are now offering this new program where it's a federally funded down payment assistance grant. So again, you don't have to repay it.
Okay.
And it's for the full amount of the down payment.
Oh, wow.
So, yes, your full 3.5%. So it's an FHA loan only.
Okay.
Federal Housing
You just beat
Authority.
me to a question.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
See, we're good at this stuff now. We're finishing each other's sentences. But so you are able to get it in any state, right? So it's not just restricted to Rhode Island, Mass, or Connecticut.
Because it's federally funded?
Because it's federally funded. And what's really cool about it, they'll go down to a 600 credit score.
Oh, wow.
They'll go down to a 600 credit score.
That's awesome.
Listen, they're not going to do every single 600 credit score. We're going to look at the overall credit, but you can qualify with a credit score as low as 600.
As long as debt to income and all that
the
kind
other
of stuff.
pieces have to fit.
Yep.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. But what a great opportunity.
So why is that so exciting? What about normally is the credit score that you guys go down to?
Excellent question. So for that Rhode Island Housing Program, it's a 660 minimum credit score requirement.
So you're talking about 60 points.
60 points is a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big deal. So, and that's what was so surprising about the program is that they're willing to provide that flexibility. Now, if you have the 600 credit score, they want to see that you paid your rent on time.
Yep. Makes sense.
So they're not. Listen, we're done with the days of giving mortgages to people that don't qualify for them. That hurts everybody.
Yep.
So we want to make sure we're providing loans for people that can repay them.
I'm glad that you said that because a lot of people nowadays, with the situation that's going on, are worried that they're going to get put into loans that they can't afford. Just like previously, been trying to reassure people that's not the case right now. People like Joe are not going to stuff you into a loan you can't afford.
The business has become regulated in the right way, so that should be prevented. Now that said, when you see environments where rates increase and house prices increase, equity gets increased, there are some of these hybrid loans that are starting to come out now that are starting to get a little questionable. They're very equity driven, so you'd have to put 20% down. So so at least, so some of those questionable loans, they're starting to come back, but not with this down payment assistance grant stuff. They're going to make sure that you're vetted, that you can qualify for the payment. It's an FHA loan.
Yep.
So it's a Federal Housing Authority loan. It's not like some private finance loan.
So does that mean that there is mortgage insurance?
Yes, there is the daunting mortgage insurance. So we talked about all the good stuff. Let's talk about the bad stuff. Right? So you're going to get the mortgage insurance. But the good news on that too is back in May, they lowered those premiums.
Okay.
Yeah. They cut those premiums almost in half. It was 0.85%, not to get all technical, but 0.85% of your loan amount is how they figured out before. Now it's 0.55%.
Oh, so they
almost
trimmed
half.
it.
Yeah, they trimmed it a lot. So the mortgage insurance isn't as bad as it used to be. Rates have been healing a little bit too, so that's a knock on everything
Yeah,
we got.
yeah.
You know, hopefully that'll continue to happen. Yeah, this is the way. But yeah, no, the grant program is good because again, people can't afford to save up the down payment, and the other loans that are going to be available if they're not grants are going to be just that, loans.
Yep.
Where you're going to have a payment, right?
Yep.
So you know, a lot of the mass housing, a lot of the Connecticut housing, they don't have the same grant program that we do in Rhode Island. So that's where the grant money is better than repaying it, right? You want a grant versus a loan,
Yep.
right? So that's why I love this program, is that you're not going to have to repay it.
And you won't have multiple loans.
And you won't have two payments either.
Yep.
You won't have to make two mortgage payments. It's better than that.
That was Joe Baptista from Anchor Financial describing and telling us about his 100% down payment assistance program that is federally funded. Joe, thanks again for letting us stop in. I'm Garry Morin The BowTieGuy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.